Well, hello today, YouTube. William here, Williams, Philippines. And yeah, trying to keep the three-ring circus going. Some strange reason, I got 4 subscribers today. So, yay. That'd put me at 44, so hey. If I can do 3 or 4 a day, eventually, by next year this time, I'll have 1,000 subscribers. It'd be nice to get more in one day, but hey, it is what it is, and I'll be happy with what I get. Because, well, life goes on. And, well, we're here to live it. Anyway, today is March 31st, Sunday. Happy Easter. Philippines, you're already full-blowed into yours. Sometime around noon or 2, 3, something like that. So, yay. I hope y'all are having fun over there, and good Easter. And yeah, I got one of my comments saying, it only took me 3 months. Well, I understand. I work nights. I've been stacking stuff in my house for, well, let's see, I bought it in 2006, so 18 years. Yeah. I'm getting, I've been there a while, stacking stuff in there, and what was it? George Carlin said, we get a house so we can have a place to store our stuff, and then we keep filling it up because, well, we've got more space, so we need to fill it up. Yeah, and, well, my little shop, I showed a couple pictures here the last couple of days, and yeah, it's a disaster zone. I've been emptying it out and getting that done. Yesterday I actually carried in 22 gallons of paint. I'm going to paint my whole house. Make it look pretty so that somebody might want to buy it and throw extra money at it because it looks pretty. So yeah, I always have a little project of some sort going, and lately with trying to build up, fix up the house and take care of that, turn around, and on top of that, trying to get things packed away and decide what I want to keep, what I want to take with me, what I want to sell, what I want to store. And yeah, more stuff and needing a storage room now. Yeah, George Carlin was really a very smart guy and real good with words and understood people real well in a lot of ways. And yeah, so now I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and another reason to have a garage sale is to get rid of all this stuff that I'm ready to get rid of because I don't want it anymore. And try to farm out what I can to family that they'll find useful. It's a lot of work there. And I work nights, and, well, that kind of puts me at my day being in the middle of everybody else is sleeping. And I don't know. You go out and try to mow your lawn at 3 a.m. in the morning on your weekend, which is in the middle of everybody else's week. You want to see the cops show up real fast because you're mowing the lawn? Yeah, 3 a.m. is not considered acceptable time to mow lawns. Of course, for me, I don't really think that, 3 in the afternoon on Saturday afternoon, which is actually late in my Monday, heading toward Tuesday, and having somebody start playing karaoke. I've got a kid that next door that plays karaoke, and he's right there off there, and I've asked politely, and I realized, I stopped doing the asking them to turn it down, and because it doesn't do any good, and I've learned. And now it doesn't even bother me. Last week he came home and was there at his parents' house, and he's practicing karaoke. And I didn't even go out 7 a.m., 7:30 when I got home a.m. on Sunday morning and mow my lawn. Used to I do that. because, well, he was out Saturday night getting drunk and singing karaoke. And, well, I used to think it was a good idea to passively aggressively go mow the lawn right under his window when he's trying to sleep on Sunday morning. I've grown up some since then. I've been at the same place, and I've actually watched the kid kind of grow up. Now he's actually grown up and left and become an adult, but he still comes home and plays karaoke. Personally, I do not think that guy knows how to sing for crap, but he does go at it enthusiastically. And, well, I've learned to not let it disturb my peace. I just turn my TV up or my radio up a little louder, and I listen to my own music and drown out his cat wallowing, because he definitely sounded like a cat got grabbed and slung around. Yeah, with the Doppler effect. That guy can't sing. But, again, E for effort, he tries. And, yeah, I've learned to be okay with karaoke going off next door while I'm trying to sleep. It won't be so bad when I'm actually on a regular day schedule. Because, 3 in the afternoon, 10 at the evening, most things start quieting down by 12, 1 a.m. in most cases. So I'm okay with that. But if it doesn't, well, I'm okay with that. I've learned to just let it go. A growth thing, But yeah, I ended up bringing home a mower, and I'm going to have to try to work that into my schedule for working on it and seeing if I can get it to run right. If nothing else, I have something I can sell to the lawnmower man so he can fix it up and sell it himself. And this is being a pretty new one. Don't get me wrong, it gets a lot of work when it does work, and the boss has put it through several years now of work, and yay. So I'll try to get it fixed up and use it around my house this year, and, for next spring, and then I'll call up the lawnmower man and see if he wants it then. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to Wednesday and Thursday got the hiccups. Wednesday and Thursday give a go toward prepping up some for getting some paint done next weekend. Not this weekend coming up, but next weekend. So I can get out there and actually try to paint. I'd like to have this thing painted. And quite honestly, I'm thinking, I don't know, might need to try to take some vacation time toward the end of April and finish painting the house and have, a couple weekends of garage sales all in one run. Try to have it out there so I don't have to put it up every night. And, well, if I get some of it stole overnight, well, I hope people understand we're in Texas. And, well, in Texas, we aerate thieves. It solves a lot of those problems and keeps people from doing stupid. But, hey, I'm the one that would be leaving the stuff out overnight, so whose stupid is it? My stupid incurring their stupid and encouraging it? I don't know. But, yeah. So I'll have to at least try to be able to put it in the garage overnight. Yeah, I can still close the garage. There's a few things I'd like to get rid of this weekend. I have a lawnmower that needs to go, and my old air conditioners and a washing machine, laundry machine, 2 of them actually. See if I can get those swapped out while I'm trying to do some prep on the house for the paint. It's always amazing how, God laughs at us when we make plans. Really, He does. Uh, I really do think God has a great sense of humor. Uh, yes, make plans and then hear God laugh. Just saying. Because it sure seems like the moment you make plans, something else comes up and it all goes sideways. So we'll see. But yes, I did manage to spend $600 today on paint for the house. And I've got enough to, I'm pretty sure, do a real good paint job, good thick coat on it. And actually, a good coat on it and then a partial for the front and sides. I'm not going to worry about getting the back and making it look super pretty, but I do have paint for the trim, and maybe if I have enough paint for the trim all the way around, I'll do all of it. If I don't, I don't know. I haven't decided whether I'll go try to spend more money on another gallon of paint or not. But I did manage to get it at 2 for 1. So what is $45 is now $22.50. So a gallon, and that was better than the cheap per gallon price of the cheapest paint they had there, which was $27. So I got a better quality paint at about $5 cheaper, so I'm going to be okay with that. And that's just another thing that's got to be done. Like I say, I still need to get all this stuff out of my house so that I can actually do the floors in my living room and down the hallway and in the kitchen. Yeah, there's a bunch of remodeling that needs to be done and a bunch of stuff and furniture that needs to go out so I can get in there and do this. So yes, I've got several months, especially with only getting to do things on the weekend in the way of actual, which is the middle of everybody else's week. But yeah, paint. Anyway, like I said, I'm up to 44 subscribers. Thank you very much. I think the last one came just before I decided to start filming this. And I think his name was Mike. I forget what. He has a channel. He's over there. And yeah, he's on, I think, Bahol. And that is, or Panglao or something like that. Don't know exactly how you pronounce it. But he's on Bahol Island. And it's one of those islands I want to check out before I decide where I want to try to live. The problem with the Philippines is there's so much of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole of the Philippines, just land mass, is about 40% of the state of Texas, the republic here thereof. So y'all are small compared to Texas, squished down into just one big area. But you're a bunch of little islands spread out over an area that's actually about the size or bigger than Texas. So yay. We had a fire that, they finally got put out, and it ended up burning, what is it, 1,050,000 square acres. So about 1.1, a little under 1.1 million acres. And yeah, that's a lot of land mass. The whole of Bahol would have just went woof, poof, burned up. Folks, that's scary stuff when you see an area that big just go up in flames. Around here we don't have a lot of moisture, so fires around here, are not good. And yeah, there was some towns that got pretty messed up because of that, and we were real lucky. We only lost 2 people to fire here in Texas, and that was a blessing. It was only 2. A few others got injured, but we didn't lose that many people this time. A lot of land, a lot of buildings, but only a couple of people. Last time I think we had 13 people die in a fire because of that. So people are, when the alarms go off and they come by and tell you to leave, people grab what they can real quick and run out the door, and they're gone. You got a better sense than to try to stick around and fight the fire. It's kind of hard to do that when it's traveling at 30, 40 miles an hour. You can't run that fast. So yeah, an area that the whole island would have just went poof, gone. Up in smoke. Back when I was a kid, up in smoke was a whole different meaning, Cheech and Chong kind of thing. But now that's kind of a worrisome thought and process. But I'm thankful that it was so few people and that we managed to get it finally put out. And it was so few buildings. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot of buildings, but it could have been a lot worse. And believe me, always remember it can be worse, and be thankful it wasn't. People don't remember to be thankful it wasn't worse. It's people, you need to remember that. Be grateful that you're alive. Be thankful. Anyway, happy Easter there in the Philippines. We're coming into ours and just starting it here. It's 2:13 in the a.m. of Texas Panhandle Central Time. So, I get to work until about 8 in the morning and then go home and try to get some sleep after doing a little bit. I don't know what all I'm planning it for in the morning. Part of me wants to try to tinker with a few things around the house. The other part just says, go home and go to sleep. It's that time of day. You're supposed to be snoring when you get off work. Go home, eat something, cook, eat and clean up afterwards and go to sleep. Get a shower and call it a day. But the other part is, I want to get things done too. But I also have to remember, yesterday I got things done. I didn't get home until after 1 o'clock. By the time I was ready to go to sleep, it was 2. And then by the time I actually fell asleep, it was 3:30. Some days, the world conspires against you. Yesterday, the karaoke kid started practice at about 2:30. But that's okay. I'm going to come to a place that has more karaoke. I'm going to start working on a day schedule, or having my life on a day schedule. So to actually be connected with society on a normal schedule again. It's been 20 years since I worked, had a day shift schedule. And now that I'm going to be able to retire next year, and that's why I'm going to be, not getting over there until next May, June, is because, Social insecurity, that doesn't kick in until I turn 62 next year. And I get that, and I get to start collecting Social Security, wait for it to make sure that it's actually coming in on a regular schedule. And then I get to fly away to the Philippine Islands. I would be over there now if it wouldn't hurt my principal. And, you don't live off your principal, you live off what you make off your principal. So for me to have my Social Security coming in, and what I'm going to be making off of some dividends from my house selling, I'll be able to take and have a better life over there. And be able to do that because I'll not have eaten up my principal leaving in a year too early. Believe me, I really wish I could. but I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot. You know, adults make plans and, plan for a future. We don't just, run off as a kid and waste money that we need to be able to have a good future. We invest, we save, we make things better. That's what my house has been. Like I said, at one time, I was planning on selling my house and buying a travel trailer and dragging it around the U.S. Now that I'm planning to go to the Philippines, well, I'm going to sell the house, put it into a mutual fund or whatever you want to call those, dividend drawing stocks or ETFs, and put that in there and let it grow and, make some extra money for me. I'm planning on putting about 60% into living my daily expenses or monthly expenses, and then 40% going back in. I may swap that around, do 60 going in back into savings and 40%. I just don't know yet. I have to find out what I'm going to be doing over there, how much it's going to cost me to find a spot. When I do find a place I want to actually settle down and be down there, the first thing I'm going to do is get my eyes fixed, and while I'm doing that, I want to try to, buy a scooter and go through the process of actually getting, the ACR and trying to get my Filipino driver's license and set up some banking so I can have a place to bring money in. And trying to get the I'm not sure how I want to do it. I think I might just go ahead and do the SRRV, or I might just stay on a tourist visa. I mean, I've seen bits and advantages both directions there. But, I don't make decisions until I have more information, and, the best way to get all that information is to have feet on the ground. So, until I get over there and actually get to jump in, I don't intend on making any major decisions. Part of me wants to buy a brand new scooter or that Carabao trike, but that's going to take a little longer. So one of the first things I'm thinking about doing is buying a used secondhand, little cheap secondhand scooter. Something I can get cheap and knock around with it for a short period. Once I actually get my eyes done and I can actually, have sunglasses instead of these things. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but with correction, I'm down to 20/30 on this one. That's the best they can do. This one ain't even that good. So, yeah, I need cataract surgery, and that's one of the first things I'm going to do when I get there. Find a place, settle in, and get cataract surgery. And while I'm recovering from cataract surgery, tool around and find a little scooter and check out Panay Island, I think that is, and Negros Oriental and Occidental. In those areas, because quite honestly, one of the places that I saw on the map was Canelon. They're on Negros Occidental, the north end of the island there, Negros Island. And then, like I said, I want to hit check and see Bohol. I want to check out Cebu and, southern Negros. And, there's a whole bunch of islands over there. I want to go try and surf Samar, something like that. I haven't tried surfing in 40 years. I'm not going to say I was good when I was young, but I tried and I enjoyed what little I learned. To be an old fart out there on the surf trying again, fun. give it a try, and hey, as long as I don't die, it's good. That might be why I have so many sore places nowadays, is because, well, I was willing to try and have fun. I once got a motorcycle stuck in a tree because I hit the ramp wrong while, going around a little track. And I hit the ramp wrong and I landed in the top of a tree. And I had to climb down out of the tree, and I ended up with a small branch stuck in my leg under the skin. Didn't hit the muscle, but it did get stuck in the skin, and I had to pull that out. And yeah, stupid on Stupid Street. I owned all four corners. I had fun. But yeah, I played hard, and I'm suffering the consequences of playing hard. But that's okay. I do intend on enjoying life when I get over there. And I don't know about you, but I definitely want to check out a bunch of islands over there pretty quick. So the first, after I get done, say the first 2 months there in Panay Island, and maybe across the little channel there over into Negros Occidental and Oriental, I'll take a little couple runs there. But after the first 2 months and my eyes getting healed up enough to go out and start really doing things, I want to try to, check a few islands out, go to a few places, travel once a week, every 2 weeks or something, and go check out a dozen islands or 24 islands over the next year, and then figure out where I want to drop an anchor, settle down, While I'm out there doing the 2 week thing, or a week or 2 week thing, check on the island and see where, there might be some properties that I might want to lease. So yeah. And at the end of a year, decide where to take and settle down. Oh, do I want to find a spot over there and enjoy life? And even then, once I find an actual place I want to settle down, and see, that's another thing. Ow, itch on my ankle. That's another thing. I want to take and, bounce around, which means I have to tote everything with me. So, do I want to bring enough over there to, one suitcase and a carry-on? That's a pretty good load for a scooter, and with my fat butt on it. Especially if it's a small one, little 110 or something like that, 125. It might be having a hard time toting my 200. I'm working on getting under 200. I'd like to get to 180. We'll see. 165, 170 would really be a good ballpark, but don't ever let my doctor hear I said that. He'd be like jumping up and down, throwing me into the diet, even more than he already is. But hey, I lost 50, 60 pounds. So, I'm happy where I'm at. If I lose another 30, 40 pounds, I'd be okay with that. But, yeah, I'm trying to get back in shape. Because, yeah, I'm ready to retire. But, yes, I want to bounce around. But then I also want to take and have a place. And I don't know about you, but quite honestly, you're going to think this is crazy, but I have a cast iron skillet that I've had for 40 years. It's one of the few things that survived the insanity of my marriage. Yeah. And all the insanity that ensued after that. And it's not much of a, it's just a cast iron skillet. And I actually like that cast iron skillet. The last time I actually re-cured it was, 20. It was before I moved up here to I had it at the crawfish farm. and I re-cured it there. So that would be 2001 or 2000, the beginning of 2002. Yeah, I think the beginning of 2002. So it's got a cure on it that's 22 years old. You know, I've had that thing forever, and I love that frying pan. Am I supposed to just give that up? I don't know. George Carlin, talking about we don't own it, it owns us. Am I owned by a frying pan? I don't know. Anyway, it's getting a bit late. I'd like to get this here put out before I have to actually do the audit here at the Evil W. Some strange reason my boss wants me to do that at a set time, so I need to actually get toward doing my Evil Wing here at the job. It was a little bit of a rush when I first got here, and then it stalled and became dead, quiet. So, yay. Some days I actually hiccups again. Some days I actually end up having to work the full 8 hours. Some days I end up with about 3.5 hours, 4 hours worth of work. Kind of like this job. It's easy. Lets me take and do things here like this that, let me do things here. And I've done a lot of different things. I mentioned quails before. I actually built the quail cages sitting here at my job, just over there at one of the tables here in the lobby of the hotel, working nights. I did the ham radio operators tests. My technician, my general, and my extra all sitting right here at this counter that I'm talking to you from right now. Different chair. We go through those about every 2 years. Somebody's here sitting in them pretty much every day, all day, so they get a little bit of wear and tear. But yeah, I kind of enjoy this job. Like I say, I've learned a lot of things. I learned how to make beer and make wine, and I read up on how to, do bees sitting here, and watched a lot of videos on how to do that, and, aquaponics. And you'd think, having as many tropical fish as I've had in my life, I would have connected those two, growing fish tanks and having nice, clear, purty water with all those plants in it that I was doing. You would have thought I would think about doing aquaponics as the fish clean the water for the and produce the ammonia for the plants, or the plants clean the water for the fish, and the fish produce the gunk for the plants. You think I would have figured that out? But it took somebody actually asking me, do you know what aquaponics is? Before I actually connected the two, gardening in fish water. Duh! Yeah. It's okay. But anyway, this has been a bit long. Holy crud, 34 minutes. Anyway, this has been a long one for just a quick chat. That's all I planned on doing today, but life happens. Anyway, I'm William from Williams, Philippines, and oh, am I so ready to get over there to the Philippines. I hope y'all are enjoying your Easter Sunday and have a wonderful Holy Week thing going on there. We have people celebrating it, but not like y'all do. But, like I said, the Philippines and Texas just have a lot in common. And there's a bunch of Catholics doing the celebrating here. So, yeah, there'll be sunrise services in the morning. It's actually looking like it's pretty nice out there for sunrise services. I don't know. I don't get to go to church much. I am a Christian. But being nights and sleeping days, I usually, by the time I'm off work on a Sunday morning, all I want to do is go home, go to sleep after eating, and snore. So, I don't know. When I get back into having a normal, regular society schedule, working days and sleeping nights instead of working nights and sleeping days, I might have to try to get back into going to church on at least a couple times a month or once a month. We'll see. It's been a long time since I actually got to go to regular church services. It'd be nice to do some of that again. But like I said, I'm not normal schedule. Me, the sun starts coming up over here, I get to see the sunrise. And that is east. Sunrise is right over there, and it goes across here on a regular basis, and I get to see it. But as soon as that thing comes up and that big fireball gets up into the sky, my inner self wants to go hide and go to sleep. Actually, my inner vampire is like, evil sun. I've been working for 20 years nights. I think the only reason I actually get any vitamin D is because I eat it regularly with my vitamin C. Well, I believe in those things. Vitamin C. Anytime somebody sneezes on you and you're worried or think you're getting a cold, go do 4 grams of vitamin C. And then if you're still feeling bad 4 hours later, do 4 more grams of vitamin C. And just keep adding 4 more grams of vitamin C until you feel good. Believe me, it works. And, well, if you don't need it, your body will get rid of it real quick. Believe me. Anyway, this is William from Williams, Philippines. I'm back at her again. Williams from Williams, Philippines. And y'all have a good day. Later blessings. Bye-bye. I'm Fish, and Fish is out.